here today in Supreme Commander 2 doing the UEF campaign chapter 1, and we're playing through on hard. Now we're doing Titans of Industry. Alright, starting up.
Encrypted connection established.
Hey, Migraine, you there?
Analog. Good to hear from you, man.
Let's not get all weepy. I'm here to help. I'm holed up in some derelict comm center with a bunch of people who also escaped when Rogers took over.
Okay, so where am I?
You're at the Bulan Industrial Complex, a decommissioned military research facility. Give me a second to get my equipment fully online so I can get you some more info.
I'm being hailed.
Maddox, I have Coleman at your location and in position to intercept. I'm giving you one last chance to surrender your ACU.
You heard the man. I'm taking you in or taking you out. Your call.
That doesn't sound like much of a choice. I'll have to pass.
Coleman, terminate Maddox's command with extreme prejudice.
I'm gonna enjoy this.
Wonderful. So what's Coleman doing?
He's trying to take control of one of the production platforms and its factory.
Well, if that idiot can do it, so can we. I'm heading down there.
You get a base up and running while I try to figure out what he's really up to. Alright, here's what I've found out so far. This complex has 3 production platforms, each with an outdated experimental factory. They can only produce units with hard-coded move orders and targeting profiles. And they're very stupid, but very dangerous.
Keep it in English, Analog. What can you do for me right now?
I can get your factory working, but it'll take some time. Time's something you're quickly running out of. Coleman's got one of the factories pumping out some kind of Fatboy experimentals, and they're headed your way.
I believe the man's expecting a battle.
Can you focus on those fat boys while I work on your factory?
Alright. I like how that dude, by the way, says I'll keep it in English when it was really not that hard to understand in the first place. Anyway. I'm gonna start off. I'm gonna build lots of bombers. Structures.
Commander
Research
Maddox,
income.
that Neanderthal Rogers failed to sever our encrypted connection, so I have made available to you a number of new advanced technologies.
I don't get it. Why are you helping me?
A strong coalition of allies is better for business.
That's a wonderful outlook.
I'm not running a charity.
New research options are available.
Let's have him build a whole bunch of research stations, and then let's build a whole bunch of power generators down here. Alright, that should probably be more than enough, but... Okay, now we really immediately have to take our attention over to these fat boys that are coming in. And I kind of want to wait until they start to get across this bridge and around here before destroying them. We're going to have to move a little bit faster than that, at least in the beginning here. And that way the fat boys, their wreckage is close enough to my base where I can easily reclaim it. Alright, let's get a second air factory up. Alright, structure. Let's upgrade our mass income. And then we're going to start putting the rest of our research points in the air for the most part. Alright. We definitely need to get rid of those guys as soon as possible.
One fat boy down.
Yep.
I've almost got it. Keep on the fat boys.
Need to get everybody bombing the crap out of that fat boy. Let's send some interceptors up here. I want to start taking out those gunships.
Move your units into
perfect.
position on the platform at Bravo. Clear the area of all enemies, and I'll start the activation sequence.
Alright, now let's get our build cost for aircraft, then we're going to unlock the broadswords. We want to start dumping a lot of research points into that as soon as we can. This guy should be fine with just this 5th power generator. My commander picking up this wreckage. Now, the secret objective in this mission changes a lot of how we have to play this. Basically, because the secret objective is to not capture these 2 experimental factories before destroying Coleman. That means that we also can't shut them off, because once you shut them off by basically destroying the enemy units that are occupying the area, the experimental factory will immediately start to become captured and then become yours, and you fail the secret objective. And it's unfortunate because it's kind of fun to stomp the crap out of them with automated fat boys. But anyways, so for the sake of this mission, we're going to avoid doing that, and you can't kill those units either, for the reasons I said earlier. So what we're going to have to do, I'm going to pull up some more mass here in a sec. Let me pause this for a moment. Is pretty much build up a massive air force and then strike at Coleman's base and try to take out his ACU. I want to try to get a mass extractor here if I can.
I'm picking up incoming fat boys from a position in the northwest. We'll call it Charlie.
You got any good news?
How about the experimental factory at your base is online? Its fat boys will search and destroy all the way to Coleman's base.
That'll do.
Alright. Now let's take a few of these guys. Get this tech cache that's right here. Now it's pretty hard to keep the mass extractors outside the main base alive while still keeping everything relatively defended. But we're gonna try. Let's pause all this for a second. Send the commander up. Alright. Keep zooming out to make sure I can see these fat boys before they get to my base. Also arrange the view a little bit better for that.
Your first fat boy has been unleashed.
You sure it's on our side?
Trust me. You got another fat boy coming down from Charlie position. Get control of that factory before it's too late.
I'm on it.
Ignore him.
Commander Maddox, consider research that improves the effectiveness of your air units.
Already on that, lady. Thanks for being late to the game. Alright, we're gonna have a pair of fat boys that are coming down from here first, and then eventually it'll just be the 1-1-1-1. And our fat boy can almost stop him, or stop the others.
Bravo's launched another fat boy at you. You need to take control of that factory now.
Yeah, he's gonna bitch at us for a while. That's because he's not on my level like that. Alright, I got plenty of research points I should be spending.
You need to support those fat boys. One of your fat boys has been destroyed.
Guys like me eat guys like you for lunch.
Well, that explains the foot in your mouth.
A second fat boy has been deployed.
Oh, I got more where that came from.
What a weak comeback. I totally would have been like, well, it's because you're such a fat fuck. Learn how to insult properly. Actually stopping that fat boy pretty close to our base, which is nice.
Nuke, we've had our issues in the past, but Rogers has overstepped his authority.
Soldiers are trained not to question orders.
I guess I missed that day at school.
Alright, let's build an air factory here. Alright, my bombers are getting shot up. Pull them back. And Coleman's gonna send groups of interceptors in once he realizes I've got
There's no way you can win
a
here.
lot of aircraft.
Maybe there's a way to lose more slowly.
Let's make sure we're building.
You think those fat boys are gonna stop me?
We'll just turn this on repeat. Actually, that needs to stop producing bombers. This needs to keep producing bombers. Alright, we're gonna lose a lot of them right now, but that's not gonna be that big of a deal. Just want to get rid of those fighters. Let's build some AA around the base too.
Commander under attack.
Oh, I can build.
Fire there. But it's not actually bad there. So you can take it.
Oh, I can make them
More
all
fighters I
day.
can bring back.
He's bluffing. You can hear the fear in his voice.
Alright, let's try to pick up some of this mess. Let's get these engineers up here. Picking up those Fatboy remains. And we got tons of research points to spend. It's lacking again.
Those shields will provide additional defense for your air units.
Personal shields are great. And then just put this on repeat. Endless gunships.
Those fat boys are weak, like you.
Alright. This guy's gonna need some help. Doesn't look like it, I guess. Must have gotten hurt by one of the other fat boys already. Alright. A big part of this mission is going to be recycling. It's going to help a lot. Let's get an air gantry right here, because there's not a whole lot of room in my base for it.
Why would you want to die for the Illuminate?
I'd rather not die at all.
Alright, hopefully you won't see my engineer for a second. Oh, too late. Let's use some of these interceptors to clear out these air units. So my other shit doesn't have as big of a problem. And we want to start building terrors non-stop. Let's try to move these guys up some. Another thing that kind of sucks about the, well, I shouldn't say it sucks so much about the secret objective, considering it's kind of the point is to make things harder, but it definitely makes the mission harder not being able to take out those Fatboy Factories. Because you gotta maintain a strong air defense.
Another one bites the dust.
In many different ways. Fat boy that's coming out, we'll be able to take care of him. We just need to be able to keep pumping out gunships because that's going to be a big part of the attack. Just try to make structures a little cheaper. These guys are going to get some really good veteran status from all this destruction. And we definitely need to keep the experimental gunships protected and somewhat hidden if possible, because the AI will try to focus on them with their interceptors. And they actually die pretty quick to focus fire from them. Let's get more interceptors up here. Let's bring a few planes out to help stop this fat boy. Let's build this mass facility. And what I actually might do is make a second video where I kind of beat this mission normally. Just because there's other things that happen if you do. My interceptors are making a good buffer, keeping the enemy away from my broadswords and crap. Oh, see, you can see right there, they just rushed it. Basically, disregarding the fact that there is a lot of shit between them. It's like, they want to go after them really bad. Alright, let's get full veterancy. Start upgrading the bombers. Looks like there's a fat boy coming around. Get my commander out of the way.
Under attack.
And perfect spot for some reclamation. Let's repair this. And recycle that. There's a whole bunch of fat boys on this bridge, but it's going to be hard to get somebody out there to reclaim them. at least that's enough mass for what we need at the moment. Let's actually stop one of these guys from building interceptors for a sec. Let's build an engineer because I want to speed up the... Actually, let's build two. I want to speed up the production of these experimentals.
Commander under attack.
That was a bit of a problem. Alright, start attacking it. Thank you. Alright, that's pretty much all the upgrades we're gonna really get for air that are gonna be worth anything. Let's give some upgrades to my ACU in the meantime. Since he's helping stop the Fatboy onslaught to a little degree. Or at least close to it. Alright. We are just about ready for a massive air assault here. Try to recycle some of these fat boys up here. It's very important we keep doing that because that's the only way we're going to get enough resources to keep building aircraft while producing experimental gunships. At least with 4 different factories going at the same time. Basically gonna have this one factory produce 2 broadswords for every 5 wasps. Actually make that 10 wasps. As I need more interceptors. Because you need those like oxygen. Those are gonna be necessary to help keep these gunships alive. Up here, helping out with this for a bit. Just about ready. This looks like it would actually be a good mix for now. They're already starting to try to rush these gunships. That's already going to be a big problem, because I can't remove these guys too much. Try to get this group going out of the direction of these interceptor assaults. There we go. And then we want to come up and attack around this side, like the path I'm drawing out here, because there's going to be AA all around here. Oh, looks like we picked up a tech cache on the way. Let's just put some random crap into my ACU so I'm not losing research points for the end mission score. Clear these interceptors off, everything will be safe to move in for the most part. Alright, let's go.
Someone needs to put you down, dog.
There he is. Focus fire on Coleman. He'll fall very quickly. Bam! Actually more aircraft than we may have needed, but that's it.
Coleman was a patriot. He was one of the millions who were willing to put their lives on the line to fight people like you. Do you plan on taking them all on?
Only ones that attack New Cathedral.
That won't be the first colony we've attacked, and it won't be the last.
Ooh, somebody's mad.
Analog, get me an encrypted connection. I need to talk to my wife. In case it matters, she's Illuminate.
Hey man, I always knew. I'm on it.
Encrypted connection established.
Dom, what's happening?
Everything's going to be okay. Do exactly as I say. I need you to take George and get as far away from New Cathedral as you can. Can you do that for me?
Yes, I can do that. Wait, someone's here.
Encrypted connection lost.
Annika? Annika! I need to get to New Cathedral. What's the name of that base outside the city?
Fort Burke.
Contact someone there and tell them what's coming.
And there you go. There's the Brutal Conqueror secret objective.
Operation completed.
And that's what you get for not using the other Fatboy Factories. There's also some dialogue in the mission that we missed out on, so that's what I was talking about coming back and doing it again. But as you can see, score 36,000, so we're still over the 30,000 mission we really need to get.